I am the one who's in trouble here, okay? Not you! Everything's not about you!
What you do reflects on us.
Gus, you shut up and just let me talk!
Don't hit her.
Don't tell me how to treat my daughter.
She's not your daughter. She is our client, and nobody touches our client. Ever.
Tom. Tom. Tom.
Ron used some of the money he's collected for your defense fund to post your bail. Then he sent your parents home.
We both think it would be better for you and the trial. You okay with that? Listen, I'm sorry about getting into it with your dad. I'm sure he means well.
No, he doesn't. Whatever my brothers did was fine, you know, but he never trusted me. Ever.
Well, some dads are better with sons than they are with daughters. My dad was. Drove my sister crazy. When you get into the mock jury room,
Don't be surprised if the focus group asks you some questions.
it's a good thing. It's how we learn what kind of questions the real jury's gonna ask when they're sitting in the box at your trial. Just answer honestly, okay?
Go on, Anne. What happened next?
After dinner, I wanted to go home because I had a test the next day, but he wouldn't let me. Stein called me names and he hit me, so I grabbed the knife to defend myself. And I swiped the knife behind me to get him away from me.
Why didn't you go to a restaurant?
Well, the hotel was his idea.
I bet.
The dials are going down.
She can't answer the mock jury's questions without sounding like a liar. You know what the DA will do to her?
Miranda, we pay you to tell us how to handle juries.
We're arguing self-defense. Her testimony is our whole case. The jury has to love her. You're the consultant, Miranda. Look at the numbers. They hate her.
You're right. See how the jurors' arms are crossed? That's a sign. They don't like how she looks. They don't like how she sounds. They don't like her.
Did you guys have sex in his room before or after dinner?
We didn't have sex. We didn't. The doctor can testify that. My lawyers had a doctor check me.
Why'd they check? Didn't your lawyers believe you either?
This is a disaster.
So what do we do about it?
Keep as many women off the jury as possible. Women have a tendency to be less sympathetic towards women in most cases. We don't like to admit that we could have been the girl in the hotel room.
What about the men? What's their problem?
They want to have sex with her and they know they don't have a chance. That doesn't make her likable. Look, I can help make her more likable, but I can't make her tell the truth. That's your job.
Wait a minute. You think she's lying?
It's not about what I think. It's about what they think, and they're not buying her or her story. Jurors judge you based on how you come across, what you look like, maybe even more than what you say. It is shallow, it is wrong, but it is true. So far, the mock jury doesn't like or believe you.
You're going on trial for murder. We need to tone down your look. Give you a trial makeover.
The goal is not to fool anyone. We want to show the jury the real you. We're going to show them that you're not a Hollywood party girl. You're an innocent college girl.
Well, my parents will like it.
Let's just hope the jury likes it.
What do you mean we have a problem? What witness?
The LAPD has a witness who swears that Anne walked out of the hotel calmly, not like a woman who just killed in self-defense. That was the desk clerk. If the jury believes him, she'll be convicted.
Do a background check on him. We've got to prove Anne is telling the truth any way we can.
This complaint was filed with the state bar today. It calls for sanctions against TNT&G for tampering with a murder weapon. Mr. Stein's ATM records show that he withdrew $10,000 the night he was killed, and his wallet was found empty, so money was a motive. Mrs. Stein says that her husband and Ann Diggs were having an affair. He went to the hotel that night to end it. Ann Diggs murdered Mr. Stein in a jealous rage because he attempted to end their affair.
So did your client kill him for the money or because of the affair? Prosecutor Keller made some pretty serious allegations there.
Did your client kill out of a jealous rage or not?
Disgusting that the DA would make an allegation like that knowing he can't prove it.
Because it's not true?
I'm not going to dignify the DA's charges by responding to them.
You're not answering my question. Did they have an affair?
I've answered your question. This was self-defense. It's bad enough her parents have abandoned her because of lies in the media. Don't make it worse.
That was controversial superstar lawyer Ron Trott.
And we're clear.
Would have been nice to know about Keller's press conference before we started, Suzanne.
Do me a favor, Ron. Don't come on my show and talk about a case you're working on again.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You never mentioned that you were already representing her.
I never break state bar rules for dealing with the media. Since there are no rules for reporters/entertainers like you couldn't have broken any rules. So what's the problem? We're killing the DA and the press, so Keller tried to respond with a press conference. Pathetic.
Jealousy wasn't a motive here.
That was good you dodged the question about the affair, Ron.
Turns out I was wrong. No wonder the mock jury doesn't believe her. Anne lied about something big. She said she never had sex with Stein, but we took her cell phone the night she came in, remember?
After Keller's press conference, we checked to see if she'd ever called Stein. She didn't. Then we checked her deleted text messages.
These are text messages Anne sent to Stein. Very sexual, very explicit. Anne not only dated Stein more than she admitted she had sex with him. Not the night he died, but definitely in the past.
It's evidence that Anne killed Stein out of jealousy.
And if he's got these text messages, he can prove it.
So our case is going to come down to Anne's word.
We're dead. We've read the text messages. You had sex with him. You loved him.
Wait, I never said that I loved him.
Don't give me that. We don't have time for that.
Just let me finish.
We're on the eve of trial. You know how bad this will look to a jury?
It seems like maybe that I'm a slut and a stalker and that I killed him because I was jealous, right? Because that's what the TV says, right?
Did you kill him out of jealousy?
No!
Then why didn't you tell us about the affair?
It wasn't an affair. Because we did great places and I slept with him a few times. I wouldn't call it an affair. I mean, he asked me out to dinner. I said yes. I felt like less of a slut because I was friends with him, okay?
You should have told us about it.
Anne, come on.
Tom! She's got a hell of a bad temper.
Yeah, and it seems to come out when she's dealing with older men, did you notice? Her dad, Ron.
My point is, the DA's story is she killed Stein in a jealous rage.
We have to put her on the stand, but we can't rely on her to win this thing. It's too risky. You better destroy the coroner with your knife demonstration. You ready for the desk clerk? We need to show the jury that he's an unreliable witness, that he can't be trusted.
What about finding other women Stein beat up?
We found 2. Neither of them will testify. They both had affairs with Stein, they're both married. Even if we could force them on the stand, the jury would hate us for putting them through it.
Then I'll hold a press conference and tell potential jurors that Stein beat up other women.
No, you won't. Nobody can talk to the press anymore. Keller just filed and got a gag order in the case.
What? So after Keller had his press conference, he got an order to make sure I couldn't have mine. We need jurors to know Stein was violent towards women. Those 2 women are the only way to do it. If we can't put them on the stand, I've got to at least let potential jurors know that they're out there, that they exist.
If you violate a gag order, Ron, you go to jail.
First rule of criminal law, if anyone goes to jail, it's the client, not the lawyer. I know my way around a gag order. I'm just gonna have a drink tonight with a friend of mine.
But first, I'm going to talk to a waitress I know at the bar. This waitress knows everybody and everything. And her girlfriend is a publicity agent for a big public relations firm. She'll feed the story back to her boss in New York, who loves to give gossip to real reporters in exchange for favorable stories being printed about his clients down the line. By the time the leak gets back to LA, and it's read by our potential jurors, it's 3 people away from me and untraceable.
Problem with gag orders isn't that they're un-American, it's that they don't work, thank God.
The female jurors already don't like Anne, you see that?
We've kept as many women off the jury as we could. We'll just have to get these women to identify with Anne.
And from the desk where you were working, you had a clear, unobstructed, well-lit view?
Yes, she walked through the lobby calmly. She wasn't upset at all.
Thank you. Your witness.
I know you. You're an actor?
I've done some acting, but nothing you would know me from.
But you'd like to do more acting. Maybe even be a star witness in a murder trial. In fact, you'd say anything to be a star witness.
I didn't ask to be a witness. I didn't ask to see her leave.
But you did ask a book agent to handle the book you might be writing.
I'm not writing a book.
I said you talked to an agent about writing a book. About this case. In fact, you could make a lot of money off this case.
I talked to a book agent, but that doesn't mean that
Since
I'm writing...
we're talking about money and your motive to lie, do you know what the son of Sam law is? It says you cannot make money from murdering someone.
I didn't murder anyone.
That's right. You are just a witness in a murder case. You can make money from this. And since we're talking about money, let me ask you this. Who found Mr. Stein's body?
The hotel maid, I think.
The maid, you think. So did she take the money out of his wallet, or did you?
I didn't take any money.